We hear it in science class. We've talked about it before during lessons on meiosis and mitosis. But what is it? We're gathered here today to learn about the structure of DNA and its importance. Let's get started. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. So, what is it made up of? Why do we care? And how can DNA impact us? Take a look at the background image of this slide. It should look somewhat familiar. If not, don't worry, we're going to take a closer look and find out what makes up the structure of DNA. DNA is a molecule that contains the instructions an organism needs to develop, live, and reproduce. It is the assembly instructions for everything that you are. DNA is a double helical structure with two long strands that twist around each other, like you can imagine a twisted ladder would. In order to understand the biological function of DNA, you must first understand its molecular structure. DNA molecules are polymers. This means that they are large molecules that are built up by repeatedly linking together smaller molecules called monomers. The basic building block of DNA, or the monomers, are called nucleotides. So, one molecule of DNA is comprised of a bunch of nucleotide monomers, joined one after another into a very long chain. Each nucleotide monomer is built from three simple molecular parts: a sugar, a phosphate group, and a base. There are four unique bases that can be found in this molecule. Let's zoom in now and take a closer look at the structure of these nucleotides. If you look at the picture, the part of DNA that makes up the outer helix is a 5-carbon sugar backbone. On each of these sugar molecules, there's a green dot that represents a phosphate group. Then, in the middle, what makes up the steps of this twisted ladder are the four unique bases. If you take a closer look at these four bases, you can notice that the way they connect is very organized and unique. Adenine, A, pairs with thymine, T, and cytosine, C, pairs with guanine, G. This is because of the number of weak bonds that connect each base. This weak bond that connects the two bases is called a hydrogen bond. It's very important because when DNA needs to split apart to replicate, the weak bonds are able to easily break apart. So, overall, the double helix of DNA is made up of multiple nucleotides. One nucleotide is made up of phosphate, sugar, and one of the four bases. A pairs with T and C pairs with G, and that's because of the weak hydrogen bonds. And boom, you've got a DNA molecule.